Months.
Years.
Oh, years. Okay. So we have somebody with way more experience.
Yes.
Go ahead, feel free. Mic is yours.
Hello, good morning. How's everyone doing? Are you blessed and highly favored?
Yes. Amen.
Awesome. Well, my name is Odetta King. I am a Guyanese born. Any Guyanese in the house?
Yes.
Woo! What part of Guyana?
Country.
Wow.
Essequibo.
Oh my God, Essequibo. And you?
I'm hi from Marconi.
Oh, hi, you got Franklin.
I'm from
Awesome.
Georgetown. Really?
No, Georgetown.
Georgetown is Guyana.
Guyana. So I'm originally from Guyana, came to this country about 20-something years ago, thanks to my parents. This is the land of opportunity, and they brought us here, and God has been good.
Amen.
And when you know something good, don't you want to share it?
Yes.
All right. So, full disclosure, I am a financial professor. I teach at St. John University. My entire family comes from a teaching background. I used to teach in Guyana at the age of 18 years old. It was just a natural path. My uncle, my aunt, everyone taught, so I really had no choice. My first job, they got me a job to teach, and I hated it, but now I love it, and I can't see myself doing anything else. I say this to say, I'm not here to sell. I'm not here to sell you anything, all right? I'm here to give you information for you to save your money, for you to grow your money. Can we all agree that we all need money?
Yes.
Can we all agree that the bills are gonna come whether we like it or not?
Yes.
And can we also agree that our jobs are never gonna pay us when we're fully worked?
Yes. Yes.
So that being said, let's get the presentation started. Anyone has kids?
Yes.
How would you like to learn how to set them up to be millionaires? I want you guys to think big. God is an awesome God. He's an audacious God, right? We probably in our times didn't think we could be millionaires. It seems so far-fetched. But today, there's a lot of us walking around. The average person can become a millionaire. And not just have $1 million, and then when we pass away, our kids don't inherit anything. But I'm going to show you strategies today that the rich and wealthy use. This is information that the average person will not know because they don't want us to know. I graduated from NYU, never learned this information. I went to St. Francis College, never learned this information. And at St. John, they don't teach it. But if you sit in my classroom, I'm going to teach it. There's 3 rules to money. Does anybody know what those rules are? Spend? Wow, you guys are sounding just like the kids that I tutor back in summer school. Every year I go to different schools in Brooklyn, and I go to different classrooms, and I ask the kids, do you get an allowance? And they said yes. And I said, well, what do you do with your allowance? What do you think they do?
Spend.
Exactly. So as a result, one of the teachers pulled me aside and she said, Odetta, why don't you write a book to teach the little kids about money? Consider it done. I went home that night and I had so much content that I wrote Playground Millionaire. First half of the book, I'm teaching the kids about money. Very basic, very simple. The second half of the book is for you, Mom. It's for you, Dad. It's for you, Grandpa. Because now that you know this information, every kid in New York City, by just starting $1 million plan with $100, we're spending $100. With $100, you can start a baby millionaire plan for your child. And by default, their kids will also be millionaires. So let's talk about the 3 rules of money. The first rule to the top right, compound interest. A lot of us heard the word compound, right? Have you ever heard about Albert Einstein?
Yes.
Right. So we know the word, and we know the person who talked about it. But how does that relate to your money? Well, compound tells us how your money is going to double. If you're getting 4%, 72 divided by 4, that's 18 years. It's going to take for your money to double. How many 18 years have already passed? A lot, right? Some of us are in our 40s, 50s, 30s, but then our money doubled in that 18 years. Exactly. Now, what if you're getting 12%? 72 divided by 12 is now 6 years. Has your money been doubling every 6 years? What is the number one place we all put our money?
Bank.
What is the bank giving us for interest?
Nothing.
Are they giving us 6%?
No.
Are they giving us less than 1%?
Yes.
Exactly. So now, basic math, if we take 72 divided by 1, that's 72 years. Rule number 1, your money's going to take so long to double, depending on the interest you're getting. So if we're all putting our money in the bank and it's earning less than 1%, will it ever double in our lifetime?
No.
If you live beyond 72, maybe, but then how much is it worth? Are things getting more expensive or cheaper? So even if we were getting 1%, by the time it doubles, we can't even buy anything with that. Because everything has gone up. Well, what if I tell you, I'm going to show you the place where the bank is putting your money. So they can get 6%. And in 30 years, they make 600,000. And you only made 40,000. First rule to money. Look at the interest you're earning. This is also going to hurt us if you don't know, because a lot of us, we have credit cards, we have student loans, we have mortgage, we have car loan. Same principle. If your credit card is giving you 6%, 12%, which they're not, what's the average credit card interest? 18, 20 something. Right? But let's say it's 12, which 12 is very low. We're not getting 12. But let's say 12. 72 divided by 12 is 6 years. Your debt is doubling every 6 years. And it's actually less than 6 years because we're getting more than 12%. So when I first started this business, a lot of clients would come to me, so then I have so much debt, but I'm paying my credit card. Why I can't seem like I'm getting out of this hole? One question, how much is the interest? We did the math. 72 divided by whatever interest. This person will never be able to get out of debt. It's doubling against them in such a short space of time that they're not even making enough money to put how much they'll need to put to pay off the debt. So again, I'm not here to sell you anything. I want to educate you on your money. Because had my parents known what I know, they would have been better off. And because they're better off, their kids would have been better off too. We would have had a leg up. None of us, or most of us, are not getting a leg up. We're starting from zero because our parents didn't know this information. Second rule to money is taxes, and everybody got this wrong except the 1%ers. Most of us. Let me just ask. How many of you have a paper?
Just a quick glitch. Give it time.
Okay, give it time. How many of you have a business? See what I'm talking about? See what I'm talking about? We don't have a business. That's the second rule to building wealth. I don't care if you're selling a 99-cent lip gloss. I don't care if you're selling a 99-cent candy. We have to own a business. Why? Taxes. If you don't have anything to write off, you're paying the most taxes. So because most of us, we have a checking, savings, CD, stocks, mutual, you see the chart is getting higher. The more money in those accounts, Who's paying more taxes, you? We are. You don't have a business, you have a job. They're getting us there too. Because now, if you have a 401k, who has a 401k? See what I'm talking about? We all got the wrong things. We don't have a job, and we have a lot of money in a 401k. Watch how this is going to affect us. Your 401k, 403b, any one of those accounts, if the tax later, you're not paying tax today on the seed. You're going to pay tax on the harvest. So I bring you back to the top. You're not paying tax on your $10,000 today, the little money. You're going to pay tax on $640,000, the big money. So how much you get to keep? Do we know how much we get to keep? No. Do we know how much taxes are going to be in 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years? We don't. So why are we putting our money in accounts that we have no control how much we get to keep? They don't want us to know this. My background is corporate sales. Traveled the world, stayed in nice hotels. I used to go to Pfizer, Morgan Stanley, Deutsche Bank, all the top Fortune 500 company. My job was to go and sell their executive to stay at our hotels all over the country. I was selling them. Now I'm not selling. I'm educating us how to win the money game. Tax-free? Who has money in tax-free account? Roth IRA, 529, college, 529 college, cash value, long-term care. You see what I'm talking about? This is where we should have our money. Why? We're not paying tax, we're paying tax on the little money today. When the money is $10,000, pay tax today. You know what the taxes are today. Your money is little today. Less money, less tax. More money, more tax. But they don't want us to know this. So when your money grows to $640,000, guess who's there with his hands stretched out? The tax man. Now, we're not saying don't pay your taxes. We're saying know the rules to legally pay less tax, which is you pay on the seed when your money is little. Don't wait for it to get big, because the more money, more tax. That's the second rule. Investment. Everybody wants to invest, but if I give you $1 million right now, do you know exactly what to do to double it? Right? Savings account is not going to double. You had your hand up?
Real estate.
Real estate is good, yeah. That's one way, but you still gonna pay taxes. You gotta watch the taxes, right? Stock market? Okay, I don't have time to share an article, but there's a crash coming in 2024. If you know, you're gonna make a lot of money. If you know what to do, you're gonna make a lot of money this year. That's why I'm here. So when it comes to investment, there's 3 places you can put your money. The number one, you already know, the bank. But like I just showed you, it's not gonna double, especially not at 1%, 2%, 3%, 4%, 5%, and they're not giving us 5%. And even if they were, divided by 72. So we put our money in the bank, it is safe, but we're safely losing. How are we losing money in the bank? Interest and inflation, right? You can put your money in the stock market. I heard someone said the stock market. And this is how it all started for me. This is how it all started for me. When I used to work in corporate America, my boss and I were very close. Indian background, first college, they took me in and they said, Odetta, I know you just came to this country. Let me show you what to do with your money. Sign up for this 401k and put as much money as you can and save in here. And when you're older, you're gonna have a lot of money. Do we know anyone who saved a lot of money in a 401k and are doing extremely well today? I didn't. My parents didn't. And we all worked very hard and we all saved very well. But here's where it twists. When the stock market dropped, as it does, I, the annoying employee, will always go to Jason, the plan administrator. And I would say, Jason, I had 20 grand. How come now I only have 15? And he would always tell me, Odetta, you are young. Don't worry, the market goes up, it comes down, but you're gonna make it back. That never stuck well with me. So I started researching about money, researching about finance, researching how come there's some families that always have, and even when they die, they still leave money for their kids for generation to generation. I did not know the rule of 72. At the time, I had $100,000 in the bank, and I'm thinking, okay, I'm in my 20s, 30s, I'm gonna be good. I'm not gonna be good because the bank interest is not enough. So with my little education about money, I multiply how much I was saving times how many years it's gonna take for me to be 65. And when I look at that number, not even knowing what I know today, I knew I was in trouble. That's not gonna make it. So at the time, I was teaching at Kingsburg Community College. And one of the faculty invited a guy by the name of Angel. He's truly my angel. He came to the school, we had a presentation on something else, not even finance. And after the ceremony, he asked me, well, besides teaching, what do you do? And I said, well, I'm always on social media, live streaming, showing people how to save money. That's a good thing. So he gifted me a book called Saving Your Future, 86 pages. I read it overnight. The very next day, there was an event at Mercy College in the Bronx. Little naive me, I'm thinking, well, what could I possibly know? Like, I graduated from NYU, I'm on social media teaching people about saving money. Like, okay, fine, I'm gonna go just to network with other faculty. I went there, and I saw this presentation, 3 Rules of Money. I did not think about it. I signed up as a member to learn about money and to get help with my own money. Because knowing what I had in the bank and seeing what the market is doing my 401k, I was not feeling comfortable. So if you put your money in the stock market, that's gonna be a variable. Your money's gonna go up, and we love it when it goes up and the market is up. But when it comes down, nobody wants to talk. Everybody's cricket. People are embarrassed to say they lost money. They don't want to talk when they lose money. And if we do talk, we feel it's okay because everybody else lost too. Well, let me tell you, it's never okay to lose money. I don't care if it's $1. It's never okay to lose money. But they're not going to tell you this. They want you to be okay with losing money. That's variable. You can put your money in the bank, that's fixed. You put your money in the stock market, that's variable. And now, let's talk about insurance. Because most people have never understood or know the different types of life insurance. Most of us think life insurance is something that you pay for, you don't ever reap the benefit, and when you die, somebody else gets the money. Well, there's those types too. And that's what most of our people, including myself, that's all we know. The Rockefellers, presidents, executive C-level and A-level, they're not buying the type of policy you and I are buying for $50,000 just to bury grandma or ourselves. Insurance companies also have investment. That type is called index. And when you save your money with an index life insurance company, and I'm not talking about index fund in the stock market, right? There's 3 places you can invest your money: banks, stock market, or with insurance company. But how many of you knew that? You see? Again, we don't. Why don't we know these things? So when you put your money with an index account, which is a strategy with life insurance, you're getting safety. Safety on your money. The insurance is guaranteeing your money. And you're also getting growth. Top part, how much is the growth? Max you can have is 13%. It's still going up with the market. So if the market does 5, you get 5. If the market does 10, you get 10. But when the market does above 13, we're not going to get 13. Why? Why are we not going to get 13? Can anybody say why? No? So when the market is above 13%, the company's not going to give us above 13. They're going to guarantee that now when the market comes down, which it does, we have that guarantee safety of never ever losing money. So technically we're giving up some of our upside potential to guarantee never losing. Now let me ask you another question. Do you want to be rich today and broke tomorrow? Do you want to be rich today and broke 5 years? Or do you want to be rich today and stay rich? Stock market, you rich today. Your account is looking good today. But do you know what the stock market is going to do in February, March, April, May, or whatever? So you could be rich today, but you poor next month, or you poor in June, or you poor in summer, because you lost it all because the market went down. We don't want that. We don't have enough, and we cannot afford to lose anything. So now, with this index strategy, you don't have to worry. You don't have to worry about, oh my God, I just watched the news, or my neighbor called me, she lost money. Let me go check my account. But even if you check your account and you lost, what can you do? Nothing. With index account, you have growth on your money, you have safety on your money. And safety is peace of mind. And because this is an insurance, it's tax-free. So let me ask you another question. Do you want $1 million that has to be taxed at an unknown rate? Or you want $1 million that's already taxed? $1 million that's already taxed is $1 million. You keep it all of it. But if you have $1 million in your 401k, in your IRA, in brokerage account, how much you get to keep? You do not know. Because Uncle Sam is going to take his cut first, whether you agree or not. The same thing that's happening in our paycheck. They're taking the tax out of your paycheck first. You have no saying. Now you have a saying with this type of account. You get to decide, because we're educating the community to pay tax on the little money, the seed, so when it grows to big money, you keep all of it. And in the food box, it is life insurance. Black people, minorities, need to stop running away from life insurance because there's so many different types. But most of our people only know the type that our grandma bought for like $20,000 or $50,000 just to bury ourselves, and then that's it. Well, what if I tell you I have $3.5 million and none of it I didn't get for burial? I got it for these strategies. For tax-free, growth on my money, safety on my money. Oh, and God forbid, if I get sick, the mortgage still got to pay. The bill still got to pay. Well, with your IUL, Index Universal Life, which is a strategy and a type of account, now we have living benefit. Any nurse or medical person in the room? Okay. What is chronic or critical? Do you know the illness for chronic and critical?
No, I've never heard of that.
Really?
I work in mental health, so.
Oh, you work in mental health, okay.
Chronic is more serious, like critical is like you need help, but chronic is like really more serious. Or did I say
The opposite.
Opposite, okay.
So critical, heart attack, cancer, stroke, that's major.
Right.
If you have heart attack, cancer, stroke, like companies like it's big, right?
Yeah, they don't wanna give the insurance.
They don't wanna give you insurance, right? It says right there in the application, heart attack, cancer, stroke, your application it gets sent straight to the medical team. They're gonna do deep search on you. But if you have a chronic, it's not as severe, but you just need help. You're gonna be on medication forever. You have maybe like diabetes, right? Certain things that you're still gonna live, but you're gonna be on medication and you're gonna need help. Most people, even wealthy clients, when I sit with them, they have a lot of money, they have a lot of assets, but two areas they miss in: taxes and living benefit. Nobody's thinking about these things, but we're all human beings. We're gonna get sick before we die, most of us. We don't just be healthy and die, right? Old age. So are we making preparation for old age? I'm flying out to Georgia next month to speak to 400 homeowners, very wealthy. But you know why they asked for me to come? They're taking care of their parents, elderly parents, and they're watching their money go in thin air, paying for Medicaid, certain, health needs, medications, having a home health aid, paying for a nursing home. I'm working with a person right now who literally, Jewish people, are taking a house out of the trust because mom is still alive and she's in the best nursing home, but she's still alive. And as long as she's still alive, we're gonna pay the bills to keep her alive. So they're literally, as we speak, taking a house out of a trust to sell the house, pay a lot of tax, and then give it to the nursing home. But it's a blessing. It's a blessing. Mom is still alive. What if they didn't have things in place? Mom can't stay at a nursing home. Now she has to go to another nursing home, the hand-me-down nursing home, where you have one nurse taking care of 20 patients. You could be crying and calling, and the nurses, not that they hate you, but they're just overloaded with patients. So that's it.
They can't do their job because they're overworked.
That too, right? So we want to put you in a position to be financially secure, financially certain, grow your money, save your money, not have to worry about taxes, not have to worry about stock market crashing, which it will this year. If you know what we know, you're gonna position yourself to make money in the next 5 to 10 years. But most of us don't know. This is why in 2001, 2008, when the crash happened, a lot of people were devastated. A lot of people had to keep working longer, even though they were scheduled to retire, because now they just lost 40% of their savings. We have the information. We have the knowledge to cure financial disease. So our job is to share it. We're sharing this information with you. It's totally up to you, but you cannot say you did not know. If someone like myself had sat with my mom and my dad, they could have had a house, they could have had retirement, but instead, my mom, as we speak, has been looking for an apartment for 3 months. The money is there, but they can't seem to find an apartment. My dad, who went in for a simple surgery, went total left. And I can't even help him with these strategies because both of my parents have medical issues. Again, had someone sat with them like myself when they first came to this country and said, hey, this is what you need to do. Maybe they wouldn't have listened, but at least they knew and they had a choice. So all I'm saying here today is we're giving you knowledge to help you make a better choice. But it's a blessing because when you help yourself with these type of strategies, by default, you're gonna help the next generation. I don't have any kids, but because of these strategies, my nieces and nephew are gonna be better than me. So, I'm gonna bring it back to, there's an article that just came out last week. I don't remember the name of it, but I have it on my computer. The easiest way for Black people, minorities, you and me, to build wealth is with life insurance. Not those $20,000, $50,000 final expense burial coverage. You want to get a policy like this that's growing your money. You want to get a policy like this that's saving your money safe. It's guaranteed to grow. It's tax-free. If you get sick, there's money. You pass away prematurely, the next offspring gets money. And if those two things don't happen, your retirement is set. So many people are retired, but they're stressed. Social Security is not enough, their pension may not be enough, and they're still living paycheck to paycheck, even in retirement. So if we know this information, it's a sin for us to keep it to ourselves when we know we can help someone. And again, I'm not here to sell you anything. I'm here to give you information. You make the decision. And if you want us to show you what a strategy would look like for you or review what you currently have. Some of you probably got plans already. I looked at a client plan last night. The guy is 65-year-old, he has a term. Every 5 years, his premium is increasing. When he's in his 70s, his premium will be $645. You tell me, is he gonna keep it or is he gonna cancel it? He's gonna cancel it. Who can afford $645 in their 70s? So again, we got sold a product. We were never educated. We got sold on buying something, but then 30 years later, it's not helping us. And this is why our people are thinking negative about certain strategy. Life insurance is not a bill. Life insurance is a strategy to build wealth. Everyone in this room, when we die, we should be leaving millions behind. Not debt, but millions behind. I'm the one for my family. Every one of you that stay back here, you're the one for your family. Whether you know it or not, you are the one. You stay back here to receive this information. Don't let it fall on deaf ears. Myself and my team, we can schedule one-on-one for a free consultation to review what you have. Because most people, you wouldn't know if you have the best. You wouldn't know what to look for. If you're shopping for a house and you don't know what the mortgage process is like, what the underwriters are looking for, what you should be asking, you're not gonna know if it's good or not. We are the professionals. We are licensed financial professionals with the state. And I personally, I own about 20 licenses because I can help clients in any part of the country and Canada. You think I've helped a lot of families? Hundreds of families. And I'm just getting started. Right? So thank you guys so much for staying back, being with us, and yes, get in touch with Karen and myself or Cliff to schedule a free consultation. And remember, one of the things I ask all of you, do you have a business? Nobody put their hands up. Not yet? Oh, I like that. She said not yet. I'm going to challenge you. It doesn't have to be what we're doing, but get a business. Get a business. I don't care what it is. Selling weave, selling clothes, get a business. Do something. Why? There's so much tax benefits. I'm coming here today. I'm writing off the car. I'm writing off gas. I'm writing off my meal. I'm writing off my outfit. Like, I'm writing off a lot of things because I have a business. I'm flying to Georgia next month. That's a write-off. I'm staying in the best hotel next month. That's a write-off. We're going to California for a convention with over 5,000 people to hear Les Brown speak. That's a write-off. It's a business expense. So get a business. We're constantly looking for people to do what we're doing. And it pays really well. By helping one family save money, we make over $2,000. One family. The commission is great, but the mission is bigger. Because I know that all those kids that I help set up to be millionaires, one day watch God work it. When I'm in the nursing home, a kid is going to come up to me and say, hey, you don't know me, but my mom told me you wrote a policy when I was little, and she saved in that policy. And that policy helped put me through medical college. That policy helped me buy my first house. That policy gave me choices. When my co-workers had to suck it up, when the boss was mean, I was able to say, you know what? I'm out of here. I'm going to go do something else. They had choices. What choices are you giving your kids? If you don't have choices for them to make life better, and I know, some people say our kids have to figure it out. I have a professor at St. John that tells me, Odetta, I don't care. They're going to have to figure it out. I had to figure it out. Well, that's okay too. To each his own. But if you want to put your kids in a position to win the money game, if you want to put yourself in a position to have a comfortable retirement, get in touch with us. Thank you, guys.
You.